Welcome to the making of a DM. You think focus is your problem, but the results aren't showing up. I'm going to share with you exactly how to get the result you want with one word that all of us have access to. And more importantly, I'm going to give you 6 lessons that took place in the last 48 hours at the Dealmaker Family and Dealmaker Alliance event recently. So with that said, let's get started.
I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm more Kevin's deal. I'm here to help and teach him what I know and how I did it. To discover freedom. There ain't no question more Kevin's when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker. But I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker.
Hey there, it's your boy Mark Evans, DM. Welcome to another Making of the DM podcast show. That's right. You are the deal maker and dream maker of your life. Sitting here in beautiful, sunny, 84-degree Parkland, Florida, overlooking the golf course while all these guys are chasing this little white ball. It's awesome. I'm thinking about you guys today. I got a big show to share with you. Before I get started, I always want to say thank you so much to everyone sharing the show, letting your friends know on social media about this podcast show, and more importantly, leaving a 5-star review at whatever platform you use and letting me know. I always appreciate that. It's always neat to read the reviews. I read every single one of them. And if you tag me inside of the podcast show as well on social, I'll make sure to reshare that and let the world know that you're enjoying it and hopefully get you some eyeballs to what you're up to. Anyways, I appreciate you being here, and it's exciting. Got a lot to share with you. It's been a long last couple of days, just getting back from the event I did here in Orlando, Florida, where I had the Dealmaker family as well as the Dealmaker Alliance in town. This is part of what we do inside of the group. If you guys aren't familiar, I have a group called the Dealmaker Family. That's a $50,000 a year membership group where each person pays to be a part of an exclusive community where we're talking about high-level entrepreneurship. You must be generating at least $1 million a year and qualify to get in. Just because you make money doesn't mean you get in. We do disqualify people because they're just not nice humans. They're takers and not givers of information and knowledge and people. So there's a really neat environment we got going on in there. And I bring a lot of cool special guests. I brought a billionaire in to speak to him. I brought a guy that's actually selling lots of businesses all over the world, which is really neat to get some insights on that. And brought in another guy that's actually running a community of 140 people with average net worth of about $600 million each, with many billionaires inside of that room. So just kind of understand what they're up to. Why would these guys that are worth billions of dollars pay to be a part of a group? Well, remember, success leaves clues. So they're investing in themselves, and you realize, like, hey, making money's cool, but getting in a group of people where they're sharing how they're dealing with the challenges that making money comes with, making sure you're leaving a good legacy, making sure you're around good human beings, and making sure you guys all realize this game is not just about money. There's so much more to this game than just money. And I know that sounds easier said than done when you have money, but trust me, getting the money is the easy part once you understand how to do it, keeping it, growing it, and being a great steward of it. That's where real things happen in the journey of life. So did that, got that done, and wrapped up with a really cool dinner with not only just the DM family members, but also their spouses and their children. See, my events are done as family events. We're hanging out. Our kids are growing up with each other, which is really neat. This is my 10th year, almost to the date, that I've been running the DM family. And it's an honor to be going on this journey with a lot of amazing human beings. It's very small and intimate, 31 guys in that group. And I'm very proud of everything that they're working on and growing, and just to watch everyone evolve, and including me, my family. Like, we get a lot out of this, so it's really neat to do and be a part of. And if you think you qualify for that, you could always message me on Instagram at MarkEvansDM if you want to learn more information. I don't really talk about it a whole lot. The DM family is private, exclusive. So, but just tossing it out there. And then the guys and gals start coming in from the DM Alliance. They turn it into a family thing as well, which is really cool to see. They bring their spouse and kids, sometimes just their spouses, which is fine. But we all get together, we get in the room, and we share insights and knowledge. And like I said, I brought in a guy that's talking about, how to sell a business, how to prepare your business to sell and exit. Talk to a tax advisor, a guy that's showing people how to, minimize their taxes at a very high level, and gave some super amazing insights. Literally, just being in their room for that 30 minutes of that one conversation is worth hundreds and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to every single person in that room each. So again, if you're in the right room, I'm talking about the right stuff, these events will never cost you money. They will only make you money. And that's a fact. And then, so we had that happen. And then I brought in one of my lawyers to talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. Because guys, let's be honest, we're in business. We have to deal with stuff and challenges all the time. So let's talk about it and understand how to prepare for it. Because it's coming. It's coming. And then we have that going on. And then we had a blue collar panel, guys that's exited companies for tens of millions of dollars. What's working, what's not, what do they see? How, and most importantly, how people can use that and get involved in their business and plug it in. So to say it was a success is an understatement. It was an absolute amazing time and successful event for every single person involved. You can go on social media and go on my Facebook page and just type in Mark Evans and look around and go underneath and just look at all the awesome things that happen and just kind of see who's a part of it. But if you ever are interested in that, that's called the Dealmaker Alliance. You can check that out at dealmakeralliance.com. It's $1,000 a month only. Yes, $1,000 a month. That's not a lot of money for the information and insights and connections that you can create. It's absolutely a steal. But $1,000 a month, you can check it out, dealmakeralliance.com. And if you don't have that kind of money, cool. That's fine. That's why I do these shows for free, because I genuinely do want to help people that want to help themselves. But my goal is, if you think $1,000 is a lot, we have a lot of work to do, because $1,000 is absolutely nothing on the grand scheme of things. So we'll talk about that. So I have like 6 or 7 things I wrote down here of different big takeaways that a lot of people mimicked online and just was sharing their insights. The first one is, which one do I want to stoke? Okay, yeah. Revenue. Do you have a lot of revenue or not a lot of revenue? This sounds so elementary, but I can tell you right now, we're dealing with it in one of my companies, actually. So I'm being super transparent, as I always am. You must always be focusing on revenue generating activities. I have a company, it's decently large, and they're getting beat up, and they're like, man, it's not working. They'll start nitpicking, blaming others, and looking at the problems and forgetting that there's solutions to problems. And I asked them simple questions. How many people have you talked to today to generate revenue from? How many clients have you been talking to see where they're at and where they want to go and what their budgets look like, etc.? These are revenue generating activities that most people forget to do when shit starts getting hard. Things get hard. It's called business, called life. But if you're not focused on revenue generating activities, how in the world can you be mad that you're not generating revenue? It's wild to me that people get in these slumps. Get it. I get it. I've been there. They're doing a lot of work. They have all the most amazing spreadsheets. They're managing a lot of KPIs, but they're not managing the most important one. How many conversations a day am I having to generate revenue? Period. See, revenue is the outcome of the activity. If you don't do the activity of money generating activities, the money doesn't come. That's how it works. This sounds so simple because it is. I've been there. I get it. I have a company. They're dealing with this issue right now as I'm talking to you, and I'm hunkering down on them. I said, stop tracking everything. This is my call to them on Wednesday. Stop tracking it all. The only thing I want you to track, and I want a daily update on in an email every night, how many prospects and buyers are you talking to today? That's the only metric I need to see. I know they have good operations. I know they're doing the deliverables on the backside. Cool. How many people are you talking to sell? See, if you're trying to raise money and you're like, Mark, I can't raise any money. No one has any money. Okay, I hear what you're saying. However, how many people have you talked to today to talk to them about the opportunity to get money? How many presentations have you made? Well, none. Well, how do you expect to get money if you're not talking about money with people that want to invest money? Duh. Sounds simple because, again, it is. Money just doesn't fly off out of the sky. People don't just come to your door and knock on the door and say, hey, man, I got some cash to invest. What you got? No. You constantly need to be doing this. This is an activity that generates revenue, opportunity for you. Are you doing it? Are you looking at the metric? I'm looking at my whiteboard as I speak to you, and every day it says, make 3 offers. Minimum 3 offers a day by 2 p.m. If I make 3 offers by 2 p.m., by the way, we make way more than that, but if I make 3 offers by 2 p.m., my life and my business is moving forward, right? How many people are you talking about money if you're trying to raise money? If you're trying to buy a house as an investor or apartment buildings or whatever, how many offers are you making a day? Well, if you don't make an offer today, you can't get a deal tomorrow. You have to make daily offers. You must track this metric. It's so simple. So ask yourself, what's the biggest thing you're struggling with in your business? And we got to go get it. We got to create one simple metric that forces you to get results. Focus on revenue generating activities. So simple. If I want to buy some blue collar businesses, I must constantly be marketing, letting people know I'm buying blue collar businesses. I got to be looking at offers and different opportunities every single day and presenting a deal. Hey, I'd like to buy this business. Hey, I'd like to buy this business. No, I'm not interested in your business, but I like it this way. Could you buy? Constantly, this is an everyday thing, 7 days a week. If you want results, this is what it takes. And now this is interesting because a lot of you think, Mark, focus. I saw a lot of people talking about focus. I get it. Focus is very important. But my buddy Tim mentioned this, and this is very, very important. The reason most people lack focus is because they don't have clarity. If you're very crystal clear, like I just shared with you, revenue generating activities, that's clarity. I'm very clear on what I need. Therefore, I can focus on the activities to accomplish the result. That's pretty straightforward and simple, correct? If I have clarity, I can focus on the actions to ultimately get the result. The problem is most of you are focusing on a lot of things, but you're not clear about much of anything. Therefore, you wake up frustrated, overwhelmed, and fatigued. I've been there. I understand this is true. Sometimes as an entrepreneur, we get in this weird limbo stage where we're like, dude, I know what I want. I just can't define it. I can't be clear on it. I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't have clarity. But boy, you give you and I clarity, and we understand a focused action plan, game over. We're going to absolutely crush it, right? That's what happens. I need you to get clarity. Stop chasing focus without clarity. Focus without clarity is going to cause a lot of pain, frustration, and lack of results. And that's not what we're here for. We're here to get massive results. We need to measure your success by progress, not perfection. Lots of people are talking about this. See, a lot of people are trying to be perfectionists before they take action. That's simply procrastination disguised as perfectionism. I know many people that do this. They're afraid to say something stupid. They're afraid to post a video because their voice sounds dumb. They're afraid of all these things because they're trying to be perfect. Perfect PowerPoint, perfect presentation, perfect ebook, perfect everything. Email. I can't send an email to my audience until it's perfect, dialed in. I sound like a copywriting genius. Bullshit. You're trying to be a perfectionist. Perfectionists will never win in this game, ever. It's a miserable life. You're not perfect. No one is. Get over it. The truth is, you're not that important to the world. I know it's not what your mommy and daddy and grandma and grandpa and your spouse says, but believe me, we are specks of dust to the world. Most people, actually all people, only care about themselves. You don't have to believe me. If I took a picture of an audience, if there was 100 people in the audience and you're one of them, and I took a picture, who are you looking for in the picture? You. Because that's all you care about. You. And that's okay. But just be clear on this. Be clear on why you're here. Measure success by progress. Like I said earlier, I got to talk to 3 people by 2 p.m. and make an offer. I'm not trying to be perfect. I get better every time I talk to someone. Someone says, no, that's stupid. I don't like that, but I'm not going to stop calling. Next caller, boom. Got a little bit better. Still ugly, still dumb idea. No, I'm not giving you my money. Cool. Next caller. Like, that's what we do. We constantly got to get better through progress, not perfection. Progress, not perfection. Do not let perfection hold you back from growing. That's straight up procrastination. And you're better than that. Your future self will thank you. This is an obvious one, and everyone in the room clearly knows this, because that's the only way they could get in the room, is investing in yourself. I'm amazed that I have huge listeners here. And I talk about the Dealmaker Alliance. It's only $1,000 a month. And I ask people, like, why aren't you in a group like this? Not for me, but for you. To get inside of a room, 150 plus people that has insights and connections, great givers, great resources, can expedite your results to get you better revenue, faster revenue, easier revenue, better life. Simply comes down to, because most people listening to my voice right now doesn't invest in themselves. I talk about this all the time. If you had $5,000 and you go and invest in a deal on an option or stock or whatever, and you 100% it, you make $5,000. You turn $5,000 into $10,000. You're an effing genius. You tell everybody, I got 100% on that, dude. 100% in a day, a week, a month, a year, whatever. I got 100% return. And that's good. But if you invest $5,000 in yourself, or in this case, $1,000 a month, and that returns $100,000, $200,000, $5 million or more, which one sounds better? I know it's true because I've been investing in myself since 1996, when I had no money, when I had to put it on credit, because I knew if I don't invest in myself, no one else will. Why should they? Why would they? If I don't believe enough in me, why would I think someone else would believe into me? It's stupid thinking, or what I like to call stinking thinking. It's because your friends, your colleagues, maybe even your spouse or parents, people that love you, that's stupid. That's a scam, bro. That if that guy's making so much money, why is he charging you? Huh? Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you're the problem. Maybe the people you're talking to, because you're always the problem, by the way, if you listen to them, because you are an adult. And listen, by the way, if what you're doing is working, keep doing it. Most people are delusional in that way anyways. But if I didn't invest in myself to get in the right rooms, I would not be here talking to you today. I wouldn't have thousands of people listening to the show, tens of thousands of people listening to the show if I didn't invest in myself. Not only that, your confidence. The more you invest in yourself, the more confident you understand about things. Therefore, that goes out to the marketplace, i.e. what you're trying to buy or sell or invest in or raise money off of. You have confidence because you have a team of people around you. If you get stuck, you can ask them. Invest in yourself. Like when I talk to people about the alliance in particular, or even the family, the funny thing is, true story, when I talk to people for the family, it's $50,000 one-time fee. 1 year for first year, 50 grand a year. The conversations are about 10 to 15 minutes max. It's not a convincing conversation. It's just to make sure we're a good fit. And if they say they're in, the wire hits within 24 hours. And then if I talk to someone for the $1,000 a month, which I don't anymore because it's silly, but if they talk to them, it's like, dude, they're trying to have you convince them why they should join something for $1,000 a month. What is the worst case scenario? You invest $1,000, you get inside the community, and you realize it's not for you. That is absolutely worst case. You invested $1,000 and that's it. Worst case. The best case is you invest in yourself, you get inside the room, you provide value, you get value, and you go on to make millions and millions of dollars. More importantly, you make friends, people that get you, people that understand it can help make your life easier. That's the best case. And then everything in between. Not every day's perfect. Not every day is exact. But I can tell you this, if you're in the right room with the right people, sharing the right insights, your outcome is going to be drastically different if you keep going at this game solo, thinking you know everything, thinking everything's a ripoff, thinking everything's a scam. And why would someone charge $1,000 a month if they have all this money? I'm doing it to qualify who's not in the room, not who's in the room. I don't want just a tire kicker, negative Nelly, a shit talker inside my rooms. It doesn't happen. How do you make sure they're not in there? Have them invest in themselves. And I'll ask one more question on this, and then we'll move on. But aren't you worth at least $1,000 a month? You. Look in the mirror. Aren't you worth $1,000 a month? I would think so. But it doesn't have anything to do with me. It has to do with you. Lots of you say, yeah, man, yeah, bro, I am. Are you? Because all your actions are showing that you're not. Get in the right, I don't care if it's the DM Alliance or what, but get in the right room. Connect with good people. Make sure that the leader is where you want to be and you can connect with them, because the leader is what drives all these rooms. And I have one more thing to say. Make sure everyone listening to my voice should be in a mastermind of some sort, by the way. But just make sure that if you join a mastermind group, that they're not talking about selling to a PE firm and or they already have sold to a PE firm. This is very important for you to understand. And if you don't understand what I'm talking about, please pay attention. A lot of these mastermind groups that people belong to now, private equity firms are buying them because they're buying cash flow, right? If there's 200 people paying $1,000 a month, that's a $200,000 a month cash flow stream. That's $2.4 million projected over the next 12 months if nothing changes. They will buy that for X multiplier. Let's call it 4X. They'll buy that thing for whatever millions of dollars. Cool. Sounds cool, right? However, if you're a member inside of that group, do you think a PE firm says, let's just keep them at $1,000 a month? Or do they say, sell the shit out of them, we got money to make, I got to pay my investors back? And if you don't understand how that game works, you are the product. You are the product. The integrity of the mastermind leader has changed. Why? Because they're not the owner anymore. They have a boss. It's called a private equity firm. The private equity firm tells them what to do, when to do it, how to sell them, and who to sell them, and what to sell them. They're not in control anymore. You don't have to like it, but it's the truth. Go ask any private equity firm, do you buy companies to keep them as is? It sounds absolutely stupid to even say that out loud because we all know the answer. No, their job is to get money and make as much money as humanly possible off of the community. Now, the DM family and the DM Alliance will never be sold to a PE firm because I'm not going to do that. I'm not designing it that way. It's me, and I'm driving it because I want to help people. I'm not looking for an exit. I got other things I exit. This is a passion-driven project for me. I love it. You don't have to believe me. Show up to one of the events. You'll see it. It's not just me, by the way. It's the community. The community loves it. I love the community. The community loves the community. We're in it to win it as a collective. I'm very crystal clear on what this looks like 5 years from now. And it's not sold to a PE firm, ever. So ask. Maybe you're in a mastermind now, and recently they got acquired by PE, and everyone's celebrating. Dude, you sold to a PE firm, bro. That's awesome. Well, it's awesome if you're the one selling it, but it's not awesome if you're a client of that community. They will start changing the dynamics. It's guaranteed. It's just a matter of when. Not if, but when. So invest in yourself. Relationship capital. Will Dennis came up and spoke about this. I've known Will since 2018. He wasn't a good fit for our community back then. Not because he's a bad guy, just because he was like different place of his life and where he's at and where he's going. See, my job as a community leader is to protect the community and make sure we're putting the right people in the community. It's not a bad thing. It's my job. Sometimes you got to deliver bad news to people. But it's a timing thing. Good news is Will's tough. He gets it. And he went out there. And now he's in the 50K group. But relationship capital, if you don't understand what that means, because I use that word all the time, but relationship capital is constantly depositing positive content and information and connections inside of a community. See, when you go to the bank, if you constantly make deposits, do you think you have more money or less money? More. Well, just like relationships, a lot of people listening to my voice are good people in general. So they make a lot of deposits. The problem is they're making deposits like they have like deposits under their bed. So there's no way for it to really compound and grow, right? So you have, I'm looking for compound relationship capital. Where can I get in a room where there's movers and shakers growing and evolving? Where can I get in a room when I make deposits, it gets recognized and noticed? And now as the relationships grow, my bank accounts grow. That's good for everybody. Relationship capital is a very powerful tool. And if you don't understand it, you need to start learning it ASAP. Get in the right rooms with the right people and start growing. You deserve it if you're willing to put forth the work. My last one, and I'll leave it at this because it's so powerful and simple again. Everything I'm talking about, by the way, is no shit, Evans, right? But it's worth repeating because everyone at that event, the majority are saying the same things. If you're hanging out with 100 people that are all drug addicts, what do you think you are? If you hang out with 100 people that are all growing and winning the game of life, what do you think you'll become? This is why the term for me is so important. Win with winners. Find winners, get in the room with them, and start winning with them. But Mark, I'm not that big yet. I don't know how to win with them. I know, that's why you get in the room and learn. Guys, this is a game. This is a team. Think about football. You need to have the owner. You need to have the head coach. You need to have the quarterback. You need to have the line. You need to have the receivers. That's just on the offense side. Now I need to get the D-line. Now I need to get the inside linebackers, cornerbacks. And then now I have to have a good kickoff team. Now I have to have a good punter, a good kicker. We have to have all these. It's a team. Don't be the Cleveland Browns in your business. If anything, you want to be like the Chiefs. You don't have to like them, but just know that they know how to win. They just figure it out. Browns is the opposite. They're really good at losing. They always figure out a way to lose. You know people like this in your life. You give them $1 million, they'll lose it. The majority. You give them $1 million to the winners, they'll turn the million into 100 million. That's just what they do. They win. Winners always figure out a way to win, even if they take a couple L's on the journey. Win with winners. I can't say it enough, but if you have children and your kids are hanging out with a bunch of dope heads, a bunch of bad kids, what do you think the outcome is going to become? The likelihood of the outcome is not so good. So why do we do it to ourselves? A lot of you are hanging out with the king of the dipshits. Yeah, man, but it's my high school friend. Cool. Like you said, it was your high school friend. You ain't in high school anymore. Find new friends. Win with winners. Get in the right rooms. Connect the dots. Build relationship capital. Forge deep, real relationships with winners. And the inevitable will happen. You'll start winning more. By the way, winners lose a lot too, but they don't quit. They don't hang out with quitters. They're not losers. They always see the L as lessons, not losses, in the journey of winning. Take an audit of your circle. Are you hanging out with winners or losers, or what I like to call winners or whiners? Who are you hanging out with? Invest in yourself. Grow your business. Get crystal clear on what you want to attack and start attacking. You'll gain focus, you'll gain confidence, and more importantly, you'll gain results, because that's why you're listening to this show. That's why people get in my community. They want to win, and they want to win big, and they want to win and win and win, and they don't want to stop winning. They want to keep winning, not just because of money, but because of what they're after. They're chasing bigger growth, bigger opportunities. They're changing communities. They're changing their family's life. Their legacy forever will live on and on and on when they're gone. Why? Because they decided to invest in themselves and start winning with winners. It's a choice. You have to make it. Do you want to keep fucking playing the game you're playing, or do you want to start winning with winners? Your choice. Make the right decision for the right outcome. Talk about this at dealmakeralliance.com every single day. Winners win. And until you're done, sick and tired of being sick and tired, losing with losers, you're not going to change. You must change what you're doing today to get different results in the future. It doesn't just show up. You have to train yourself. You have to learn how to win. Get around winners. They'll make winning a lot easier. It takes effort, takes work. All this shit does. But losing takes work. Losing's harder than winning, actually. Start winning. If you truly want it, get on the dealmakeralliance.com site and get involved. You're worth it. So with that said, I'll be talking to you next week as I'm getting ready to take off for 2 months, a trip around the world with my family. I might share some of that insights with you guys. I'm not sure yet. I'm still pondering if I want to even talk about it a whole lot. But we're heading out for 2 months. It's going to be epic. And what's interesting about that, you wouldn't even know unless I told you. My teams wouldn't even know. Across the world wouldn't know unless I told them. But this time I'm talking about it a little bit more. I did this for 7 years prior, 2005. December 31st, 2005, I took a 7-year trip around the country and the world with my girlfriend, now my wife, Dina. So we're working on something right now, and I'm excited to share it with you. Maybe if you're in Tokyo, Japan, Australia, or New Zealand, maybe we should link up. If you're around these markets, hit me up. Let me know. Slide into my DMs on Instagram at Mark Evans DM, and let's connect. So let's win with winners. Thinking about you guys over here. So with that said, make today count. Peace.
I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. Time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, but I'm not just a deal maker. I'm a dream maker. The journey's where it's at. It's all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. From a small town in Ohio, so I know how it is. Did not come from a lot of money. I remember as a kid, wanted to make 100 racks. Didn't see no one making more than that. Graduated high school with a 1.8. They should've held me back. I hope my principals and teachers are alive just to witness this. I'm my own boss. I'm out here running 2-8-figure businesses. I can walk away from it all and I'll be good, but I've been called to help people just like y'all learn the game. It's time to ball. Everybody chasing the money, but I'm not chasing the money. I'm out here chasing the purpose. Yo, I've been working my whole life. What got us where we at isn't gonna get us where we wanna go. So it's time to push, time to learn, time to grow. I'm Mark Evans DM. I'm here to help and teach them what I know and how I did it to discover freedom. There ain't no question Mark Evans when he step in the door. He's closing deals. It's time to tell him what the DM stand for. I'm a deal maker, all about the process. It's time to get over to the DM project. I'm more Kevin Deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, deal maker, DM project.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.